KCTV Lon Rashapi daga Frank Motors Kajaka dekali ga bathamai jong Tata Motors Halatko ni Shillong ringkat baganet foodish Ordal mapi nginwan ramani hakir dobyeng jongpi
Kakan hun kirang bat githei le kai jong ka Petroleum Sports Promotion Board kalayok khur ya kanam Lahduh hakalampung ile kai table tennis kabala tip kum ka 83rd Senior Table Tennis Championship kabala long ha Sports Authority of India Stadium Shillong haga singpalay jong ka arfuai tarik ubnai yayong arajar arfuar Nagbanta kishenrang la arfusan snem kanti menta kila yora ya kajing job hagani kalumpung katba nagbanta kikintai kibum shim la ban poi shakatong hagajing penlong ya kajing ile kai ha Hyderabad nrei kila yomat ya kajing job hagasin kaba khan riu hagani kakanti kani ka kunhon ya le kai jong ka Pspb kala la ban penliem landang ya ka Maharashtra da Laila Not hagajing khun final
3 months long before the tournament started. So the tournament was about to start at January. So we had this camp from December. It was a very fruitful camp. There were great coaches and we were guided very well. After that, due to Corona and Omicron, the tournament postponed it and now it's happening now. Before the tournament also, we had a 15 days camp by our coach right now, Kamesh Garrity. So that was again a fruitful camp for us. And the experience always playing nationals is a big thing, representing the states and leveling up with international standard players. It's a great journey for all of us. We are here. It's a great experience. We get to learn. Sometimes we win and sometimes we learn. Out here we don't lose. We are here to learn and we have been playing good. The team Meghalaya has been delivering and we are playing great game. 3 months was a dedicated coaching camp for the nationals. We've been practicing throughout the year itself. But the camp which I'm proposing, it was for 3 months. Yeah, we have a regular coach. We have a regular different stadium where we practice. It's throughout the year, but a dedicated camp where we are provided with facilities always, but more of the facilities like for maybe food. We are provided with food. We are provided with extra coaching time. So that was for 3 months. I think it's not over yet. We come from Meghalaya, we are a small state. We are still learning. The process is going on. And if you see the previous nationals and if you see this nationals, you will see the difference, like how we have been playing. The result is in front of you. It's a process to learn. Within just a few years or something, a state cannot come up. It's a long process and you are following the correct path and we are going up.
It has to be like a player-driven campaign. Means the player will decide what they want and the rest of others they'll just give the support. That should be player driven. It's not player driven. It is like administration driven. So players, they don't understand like what is going. Like everybody is trying to help. There's nobody to be blamed, but like we don't understand like what will happen next. Like when this coaching camp will take place. You said right, like we need long coaching camp. Like it's not like 3 months. It has to be like years of preparation. Because see, we will be competing against Olympic athletes. All have international exposure. National exposure also is not enough. International exposure. So we need that level of exposure. See, this is like this initial phase. Like it is a good sign for the Meghalaya team and all. Like we have been able to compete here itself is a good thing, right? Because we are not competing like with the rest of India, but with the best of India. So just standing in front of them is not a small thing. But things can go much better. So, but a lot of support needs to be given to the players. Then only we can get that type of result. We have to focus from the age of like 10, 11. They have to be like top in the country. Then you can see result at the senior level. Directly senior level, if you just start playing and you will not get that much result. So those who are representing the state, at least they should get the equipment. Minimum equipment they should get. Minimum they should get like exposure, like how they want to train. Because see, there are 10 players, so all of them will not fit in one training method. So some have some international exposure also. Some players need, you should be willing to give them the exposure. Like see, we have an organizing committee, we should have a preparation committee before the tournament. When we have the preparation committee, it will give a boost to the team and the players will do well. Like in the under 12, like he was India number 16. This Suranjit Day in the under 12 when he was playing, but we could not capitalize on that. Now he's playing the senior level. So like that talent we have got guy like Adarsh who's played in Shillong. He played under 12 in Shillong. He left Shillong and he became India number 1. He'll be coming from the singles well. So we have the potential. But we need the right investment directly go to the player, then things will change. That's what we call the sportsman spirit. No, that's why we are the sportsperson. No? We don't complain about life. We don't cry about the small things. We accept things. We take on the fight.
So on that day, there will be loser and there will be winner. We have to accept.
For the national team, the media should support fully. Then only these guys they can perform better. They have good chances to perform well if they get ample support, and the preparation should start from now. Not like 40 days before, 50 days, not 2 months. From now, then they can do well.
No, but still, it's not like the tournament is over. The individual is still left, and obviously our team has a lot of potential. Just that the team is over. Obviously, you cannot say about the winning and losing. We didn't perform. We couldn't qualify. Obviously, we gave away 100%. But obviously, we have the potential. All of us have. Like if you can play our fully, then we can defeat any player. It's not like that. All of us has played in this level. We are playing. All of us we have played many nations. So and we have defeated also so many players. So I think we are positive. Singles is there, and I think we have a good chance.
For journals, so journals we have to go with our own expenses. Everyone, not from our state, also like from the different states. Those players they have to bear the expenses in journals, both like for entry, for going and coming, for food, for accommodation. So for most of the from our side now, most of the players have some monetary problems. So, and then like the state association will always sponsor for only the nationals championship.
So zonal is a must, and one zonal costs like 30 to 40,000. We need to play like 6-7 zonal.
So like if our players participate all the journals and participate in nationals, the result will be different.
Like there are like Meghalaya houses everywhere in India. If there has to be reservation, there have to be some reservation for source people, so that whenever we go, we get access to this place. Suppose if I go to Guwahati, I will not get a place to stay. That is booked by the VIP. So it's not a Meghalaya house, it's a VIP house. So that Meghalaya house should be given reservation for the players, so that we don't have accommodation problem. The thing is that everybody should get the same kind of exposure. That is the thing. Like suppose like the resource has to be invested like equally on all the players. And then everyone who is trying to do better, they should just get, like for small things, players should not struggle here. For small things, the players need to just run around for the basic things. After class 8, 9, everybody leaves playing the sport. Like that. Most of the players, they leave after class 8 and 9. Then they come back after like many years just to play tournaments and all. So it's just that they are not getting enough reward. Suppose if you give them like some incentive. Suppose if they win 1 match, give them something. If they win 2 match, give them something. If they win 3 match, give them something. Like that they will be motivated. Start from the small tournaments. And the media can play a very active role here. Because media only can take up these things, then we can make things better. First of all, we didn't even know that we are going to host this tournament like even like 2 months before also. Like we got to know like 40 days before. We were not sure that Shillong will be hosting this tournament or not. So that was the situation.
It's because of the pandemic.
It's because of the pandemic.
So what I want to say is that I want to add something that like our players, we don't have enough competitive exposure. What I find one reason is that. So whenever we had the national tournament, we straight away go to the tournament and participate. So this is what happened for our state. So like the other players from the other state, they have the enough exposure, competitive exposure. So like for national championship before, we were having some journals, different journals competition. From the other state, the other players, they have this competitive exposure. So like we have different like journals tournament like East, West, North, South, like Central. Okay, most of the players who come to participate in the nationals, they have already participated in each and every journals, and then they are coming to participate in the nationals. But in our state, the players, they doesn't have this type of exposure. So this is one factor.
In Meghalaya, not even one table was there where this tournament is being conducted. Not even one table. So like that things we should have like 1 year before, at least the table. Like there are very rare places where we have a mat for training. We don't have a mat also in the state. That is the thing. So this is just a small trailer before the national games. So even the national games, if we want to do well, it has to be player driven. Means you have to take the player on the board and they decide what they want, and the media has to back the players, and the rest will just follow what the players are saying. Then you think result will be followed. Everything will be there. Now players like they don't feel free to say anything. If they say something, this will not be all right. That's why the players, they don't want to say anything. But there are a lot of things that can be done better. But some good things also is taking place. Like Meghalaya hosting this big tournament is not a joke. Like these are good things that is taking place. At least we are conducting tournaments, but our players should get more and more exposures. We are not getting any exposures. Like in a year we have like 2 or 3 tournaments, and the reward of the cash prize also is so less. So less. Like you can't even reach Guwahati with that cash prize. So how can you reach here into the medal? So that cash prize has to go up. You have to reward our players. Like today morning, we had a very good match in the mixed doubles. Like he won a very good match, and they competed against one of the top teams in railways, and they played very well. Like this guy, he made India number 2 sweat few days ago. So these are just the glimpses, but we need a whole support system. Then things will get better. About the administration, see, it's not the administration should change, like it's just like, see, there's so many things which are involved here. We cannot just blame the administration. A lot of things, like parents have to be more aware, they have to send their children, they have to be more interested in sport. The school should support the child. Suppose the school, there's a tournament now the school has to give leave. The school is not willing to give leave to play the tournament. You keep writing letter and they are not giving leave. So how will the players play the tournament? Small things. The school has to support the players from the school level. Suppose the exams are there. So after every 2 months they are conducting exams. So players, they are not able to practice fully. So like players should get some support extra, so that they can focus professionally on the sport. Everything is okay, like the need wise is okay, but we need like specialized. We need more equipments for our players. Like suppose if you buy a racket, it costs 20,000 rupees. So a guy who's a college student, he cannot just buy. Not everyone's family can support. So those who are representing the state, at least they should get the equipment.
Course, many players are there, young fighters are there, they're really good, and I'm happy with that they are doing really great for our country and in nationals also, so I'm happy with that. And of course tough competition will be there in singles too, and I think whenever I come for nationals, I always think that I have to play like a kid, not like Manika Batra. So yeah, I just give my best with each and every player. I think everyone is really good, and they are international players too, some of them. So I think they are tough competition, but if I give my best, I can win with them. I think they should just keep working hard, whatever the result is. They should give their best, and I think they should train more and like be focused on their what they want in life and what they want to achieve in their life.